Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, stroke finance, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. If you'd like to see a particular reading, so if you'd like to only look at your work reading or only your love reading or maybe just the general reading, timestamps are below. So you just click on the time and it will take you straight through to the reading that you want to view. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy. This week you are why we got reversals. Was it meant to be reversed? Hang on a minute, I'm sure that no, they're not meant, because I don't have reversals in that deck, so these should be on the upright. You're the Five of Wands. You know, what can I say? Five of Wands. When you're the Five of Wands, if you're the Five of Wands, you're confused, you're worried, you're anxious. Okay, that's what the Five of Wands energy is. It's very much, it's not just about being involved in fights and conflicts and facing challenges, and I don't think it's that. I think it's confusion and fear. It's just like an Eight of Swords. It's very similar to the Eight of Swords is the Five of Wands. So that's what I'm going to put you guys as being down as Libra. What's the reason for this? It's about the Fool. It's about taking an opportunity. You can see on this version of you, I really love this deck that I got. I got this, I think, last week sometime. It might have been probably last Thursday or something, because I try and get myself a pack of tarots maybe once a week, something like that. I do indulge a little bit. I don't buy, I've got tons of clothes and everything, but I don't buy clothes, and I've got loads of makeup. I don't buy makeup. What I do buy is tarot cards and books. That's the thing, because I really like what I do, so I'm always buying stuff like that. You know, this version of the Fool, you can see quite clearly here that this Fool, this guy here, I mean, some people go like, God, he must be mad, you know, if he's about to jump over the lion's mouth. And in a way, it's like putting your head in, you know, your hands in the head of the, you know, in the mouth, your head in the mouth of the lion, isn't it? Because it's risky behaviour. And some of you guys are probably quite nervous about taking some very risky behaviour. This isn't just about a new opportunity for some of you Librans. This is literally risky. And when you're a tarot reader, what you'll learn when you learn how to do tarot is you learn the basics. But I never just go off basics. I think it's just terrible to do. No, it's not terrible to do tarot like that. Some people do, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I like to look at those pictures, and I haven't seen a Fool card on a tarot deck that shows somebody about to go into the mouth of a lion. He's got to jump over that mouth. But look at his face. This is what is this deck again? It shows at the beginning of my reading. The Legrand Circus and Sideshow Tarot is what this is. Can you see there? Look. He's like, woo! Do you know what I mean? He's like, he's dressed like a clown. He's got the clown's face on. It's the Joker, you know. Think about the Joker in the Batman movies and that new Joker movie. They've got no semblance of fear at all. Everything that they do is a risk, but it's almost like they treat everything like a joke. It's like if it's not risky, then it's not worth doing at all. But you guys are very worried about that. I think that this might be a person that you're worried about, for example. I mean, the Fool can have as much mental health problems as, you know, a Queen of Swords reversed or an Eight of Swords, you know. It definitely can. And it might be that you're worried about somebody who could have mental health problems, but also, let's just put it like this, because not every one of you is going to be like that. Let's just say this, I think that this is more about being worried about kind of taking that leap of faith and taking a huge risk with that Fool energy showing there. If you slip, you're going to slip hard, right? What is your goal for the week, Libra? Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. I think that your goal is to take a chance, because, you know, okay, we could read this a few ways. You could say that the goal is, number one, maybe it's to make some big money, Wheel of Fortune, because remember, you're spinning the dice. You're throwing the dice on the Wheel of Fortune, and wherever it lands, we hope, if it's a goal, we hope that the wheel will go in our favour. So your goal is to have the wheel go in your favour. if you take this chance, maybe it will go in my favour. Wheel of Fortune. What is the obstacle you need to overcome? The Six of Swords. Okay. I think it's kind of removing yourself from the place of the Five of Swords, because the Six of Swords comes after the Five, but also this is movement. So maybe the risk that you are worried about taking involves some form of movement. Travel, for example. Maybe this is about taking a risk. You're worried about taking a risk. Is it going to pay off? Because that's your goal. Your goal is to pay off. Several goals, really. Goal number one, if I take this risk, will it pay off with the wheel? That's my goal, to have it pay off. The other goal with the Wheel of Fortune is to take a chance, because this is taking the chance, Wheel of Fortune energy. It's risky, but my goal is to actually take the chance. So you want to take, even though you're worried, this is a very small part of you, and actually we have the majors here. So the biggest part of you is, I want to take the chance. I think that this is more about, yes, if I do this, my goal is to have this pay off. If I do this, you know, I'm worried about doing this, but my goal is to take the chance. Remember, he's a gambler. Wheel of Fortune is a gambler. It's to take that chance. But my obstacle is I have to travel so far. Maybe you have to, in order to do this thing, you have to move somewhere else. The Fool is also movement and travel as well. So there's something definitely about travel involved in the reading. And there's a lot of fear about maybe traveling further away, far away from where you are right now with the Six of Swords energy. Also, the obstacle you need to overcome is that some of you guys, I think, because this is in an obstacle position, you're not seeing the bigger picture, perhaps, because the Six of Swords represents clarity of thought, clarity of mind, and being able to see things in a clear way. What could you be achieving by the end of the week? The Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is about learning, and the Page of Pentacles is about kind of starting a new venture and starting to build on the venture. So when the Page of Coins gets his coin, and some people do call the Page of Coins the home of ideas, and it is to a certain extent. But for me, the Page of Coins is more about taking the opportunity, because remember, the Page of Coins usually has the coin in his hands, and coins are, you know, the realism, the literal physical and material thing in your hand, and it's taking it and it's planting it and it's building it. So what you could be achieving by the end of the week, that even though you're scared to take this risk, and my goal at least is to, you know, your goal at least is to take a chance, have this thing pay off, Wheel of Fortune, but the obstacle is, maybe I've got to move far away, maybe I've got to distance myself from my family and my friends in order to take this opportunity, Libra. Or maybe, you know, my obstacle is being able to see the bigger picture on stuff. Well, what I could be achieving if I can overcome this obstacle here is the Page of Coins energy. You know, the start of a new grounded adventure, one in which I am building. Because remember, with the Page of Coins as well, the coin is about the desire that we have to create something bigger, to build something bigger. So what you could be achieving by the end of the week and going into the subsequent weeks is the ability, is the potential, the raw potential that page holds to start building something bigger and greater going forward, with the Page of Coins energy showing here. Okay. Also, this could be a new home as well. What do you need to avoid, Libra? The Chariot. I think that you've got to be in it or not. I think you've got to be in it. I think you just got to be in it, because I don't see this as, you know, I feel that this reading is kind of saying to you guys, Libra, that it's all or nothing. You're going to have to do this or you don't do it. The Chariot is a movement card. But if you look at the Chariot, in this case, this guy's on a skateboard and he's trying to navigate kind of two things. It's almost like he's trying to navigate this difficult kind of bend, this difficult curve. You know, and it's almost like when I turn that card around, it's almost like you're trying to compromise on things. You're saying, well, if I can just swerve this or cut this out or cut this out, it's going to be okay. But the universe is saying, well, actually, Libra, it's not. You've got to do it, or you either do it or you don't. There's no point in you trying to think, well, if I, you know, maybe if I cut this, maybe if I compromise this, maybe if I did this, then I could get to do that. Because all you're doing is you're kind of making those excuses. And I think the universe is kind of saying to you, Libra, well, no, there's no point in trying to cut the corners. So, and there's no point in a way to trying to adapt this to you and how you can cope with this. This is an opportunity, I think, for some of you guys, Libra, that's presenting itself to you. And you either take it or you don't. But you can't kind of have it both ways. What should you embrace? You got the Temperance card here. It's interesting because they're both kind of similar cards. I think with the Temperance card, I think that you've got to embrace that this is something that is going to take time to come together. All right? It's because that's what Temperance is. Temperance talks about you have two opposing fears. All right? You've got two opposing energies. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring both opposing energies together and blend them into one workable solution. Right? Because it's a solution. The drink is a solution, is it not? And we're trying to bring two different solutions together, two different drinks together and blend them into one workable solution that tastes good. So you need to embrace that you're going to have to kind of take whatever the opposing forces are that you have on the Chariot and bring it together in the Temperance card and allow this to come together into one workable solution for you. Because you're thinking to yourself at the Chariot, yeah, well, I could do this and then I could do this. If I navigated the bend here, it'll be okay here and it'll be okay here. But that's, you're trying to dissect everything. So, and if you try and work in a very dissected way, this does not come together. So therefore, you have to take the two opposing forces that you're tussling with, Libra, in the Chariot and bring it together in the Temperance and work it so that you can blend these things together so it works together. Because the more that you try and and when I spoke before and I said, you should avoid trying to compromise. I mean, compromise in a way that kind of, throws everything else out and everybody else out except for yourself. The Temperance card is working in a harmonious way, not just with yourself, but also with other people, so that everybody in a way is satisfied. If you need advice, where can you go? You can go to the moon. Go to somebody who can shed some light on the situation. Go to someone who has a stronger vision, or who probably, the moon is a very confusing card because sometimes it means you don't see clearly and sometimes it just means that you see also clearly because it's the vision. Go to somebody who can see or has a vision of where this can go. Go to someone with the moon energy who can provide you with some form of guidance, because I just don't think that for some of you guys, I think that you're allowing this small pick card of the Five of Wands to get in the way of everything else. And if you look here, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got an 8 card reading. And out of those 8 cards, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 majors out of an 8 card reading, which simply means that this is very big energies that you're dealing with this week. It's a major energy because it's major arcanas. Major arcanas talk about big lessons that we learn. It talks about big changes, big events that are going to have a long-lasting effect on us. This is something that will have an effect on you for the long term. It's not just mundane, everyday stuff. This is a decision that you make that will have a great effect on you going forward, Libra. But you can only do it if you can compromise with yourself and with others. If you can navigate in a way, because what you're trying to do with the Chariot energy is you're trying to, but it's in the avoidance area. It's not saying not to go for it. It's saying if you look at him, he's trying to swerve the bends. So this person's trying to avoid certain bends and, navigating this and navigating that. And he's like, well, maybe if I did it this way, it'd be okay. Or maybe if I did it this way, it'd be okay. But the universe is saying, no, stop, enough. It's not like that, Libra. They're saying you need to embrace that whatever the opposing things that you're dealing with here, you have to find a blendable way to make it work, because you're coming from a place of very much of disjointedness with the Chariot energy, because all you're trying to do is bring something into alignment with the Chariot, and you're doing it by trying to swerve those little kind of bends so that you don't get hit by the car, so that you don't make mistakes. That's all you're trying to do. And the universe is saying, well, no, there is a blendable solution here, and that's what you have to embrace, that this is something that over a period of time you're going to... And also, the Temperance card means to adapt as well. So if you guys are afraid of taking a risk here with a Fool, you feel that you're going to get hurt, you feel it's not going to go well, your goal is... Because you are geared up for this, because your goal is to take the chance. Your goal is also, if you take this risk, your goal is that it's going to pay off with the wheel. But your obstacle is something about moving for some of you guys. the obstacle is it's something about a transition. It might not be a physical move for all of you, but it might certainly be something to do with the transition. It's going to take you from one place in your life to another. And I think that for some of you guys, it feels to me like some of you guys are not ready for that. You're just not ready for it. But if you are ready, what you could be achieving going forward is the Page of Coins. A grounded new beginning, one in which you are building for the long term. From small acorns grow great oaks. Avoid the Chariot, trying to navigate those bends, trying to kind of turn everything towards your will, trying to bring everything in a forceful way into alignment with your ideas. And accept that there is going to be a need for you to adjust to what is. All right? To adjust to what is. Because this is something that is coming to you that is great. Absolutely great, Libra. But you have to be able to adapt and to assimilate into that. And to work through whatever the opposing energies are that you're dealing with. You have to find a way to blend those things together so it works for you and the benefit of everybody else. All right? It's like going into a new job and saying, oh, well, yeah, oh, thanks for giving me the job, but I've decided that, I really need to take Wednesday, Thursdays and Fridays off because, those are the days that I like to be at home playing, when you're being given an opportunity, you play by the person who's giving you the opportunity, their rules, not necessarily your own, and you have to find a way to allow your own shit to blend, not shit, but, sorry, you have to find a way to allow your own issues to come together, and you have to be able to kind of assimilate and blend those things into the framework of what you're doing. If you need advice, go to someone who has, great guidance skills, somebody who sees the greater vision. If you can't, do you see what I mean? Somebody who can give you the guidance, who can shed some light, the moon energy. What is the advice from these cards for you, I hope I wasn't calling you Sagittarius, Libra. What is the advice you have for Libra? What is the advice you have for Libra on this reading? Show me. Okay, the advice, Libra, is the 5 of Swords. Sometimes I go about pitying myself, and all the time I am being carried on great winds across the sky. Absolutely amazing. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm going to come back with your work reading. Bear with me. Okay, Libra, so let's have a look at what it's saying for work for you guys. So we've got the 7 of Cups. Some of you guys are looking around for work, 7 of Cups energy. You're looking at your options. You're looking for other opportunities. This is the type of card that shows up when you're looking at online for different jobs, that type of thing. I think that certainly you guys are looking for an opportunity to earn more money, perhaps with the Queen of Coins energy. Some of you guys might be looking around for jobs with that 7 of Cups energy in terms of promotions, bigger jobs. You might be looking on the job board at work, looking for a promotion, that type of thing. You're certainly looking for a job that provides you. And also the Queen of Coins is the type of card that represents work-life balance as well, because she's not only a career woman, she also finds time to spend time with her family and her friends. So she's got the whole balance thing down to a T. So you might be looking for a job that's that incorporates the whole work-life balance type thing going on. I think that you're looking for a job with plenty of money and potential, personally, with these cards. Wow, yeah, definitely looking. But I'm seeing here you've got the Wheel and the 10, which means that there's some form of an ending of a cycle happening here. The King of Cups showing here. So the King of Cups in a work reading, often the cup energy is difficult to interpret, only because it's not necessarily worker energy. Like you could look at the Wands and the Pentacles, they're all about work. But cards like the Cup people, they're more about the emotional connection that we have to the jobs that we do. And I actually feel that you guys are looking for a job with this Queen of Coins energy that not only shows, that not only brings with it money and security, but also brings with it, satisfaction with that King of Cups energy showing there. And you've got the 10 of Cups as well. And the 10 of Cups and the King of Cups, this is all about being really satisfied and content with the work that you do. All right. Some of you guys, it might be that you're looking to change your job. So you're looking to go from being the Queen of Coins, which might be working in a financial based job. You're looking to change to do something that is far more kind of, you know, counseling or children centered, or something that's more creative, for example. So you might be, this wheel might be saying, because wheels, when they turn, it's you're turning from being the Queen. So if you go from the Queen, it might be that you're turning from being the Queen into being the Ten of Cups and the King of Cups, showing here. All right. So yeah, it could be that you're looking around for jobs here. Some of you guys do a job right now that is very kind of, and the pentacles are also extraordinarily mundane. So it might be you're doing a job that's really mundane and boring. What you might be looking for is, you know, a job that isn't this. So you're looking for jobs. You're doing a job right now that is very boring, mundane, Queen of Coins energy. You earn good money, but it's mundane. And it might be that you're looking for is to change with that wheel your job of the Queen of Coins into the job of the Ten of Cups and the King of Cups. Some of you guys might be wanting to work from home as well, perhaps looking for work from home opportunities. We've got the Star energy here as well. So I just feel that you guys are looking around for new opportunities. I think with the Star energy, you've got a vision here with this Star energy showing here. There's lots of hopes. But I feel that with the Ten of Swords energy, some of you guys are feeling like really under pressure with the Ten of Swords. So some of you guys, it might be that you're hoping with the Star you can find another opportunity, different opportunities here. It might be you feel really under pressure. You're kind of doing a really high pressured job in finance or real estate or something like that, and what you're looking for is a change from that Queen of Coins energy into maybe doing something much more creative. Maybe this is about pursuing your life purpose, that type of thing. Maybe this is to do with working with children, or you know, working in counseling, or working in health, or that type of thing, or working in some form of creative endeavor. Yeah, I'm just seeing with the Three of Swords energy, there's a lot of pressure for some of you guys. A lot of pressure. Because the Ten of Swords is also, can you see how he's got his head in his hand? He's feeling loads and loads of pressure. Some of you guys might be going to somebody who's a guidance counsellor as well. You've got the Star and the King of Cups. So some of you guys might have gone for guidance counselling, or to get some counselling, some guidance from a counsellor. I'm seeing you crying here to somebody who's able to give guidance as well. It's like you're at the end of your tether. You've got the Three of Swords energy showing here as well, which actually shows kind of just feeling completely tired and depressed. And this is also the card of severance as well. This is like feeling right deeply hurt, deeply sad. Three of Swords energy. The High Priestess energy. I see with the Three of Swords energy, some of you guys are probably opening your heart to a confidant, because the High Priestess is a confidant in the tarot. She's actually a counselor in a work reading often, okay? This is somebody who soaks things up like a sponge, and you can really confide in her. So I think that you guys have been opening your heart to somebody who you can confide in. I wouldn't be surprised with that Star and the King of Cups as well, if this was somebody who was a counselor, a guidance counselor, somebody who was able to guide you in the right way. Okay, it looks to me something like occupational health or something like that you might be going to. High Priestess, somebody who you can confide in. Let's have a look at the next one. The Two of Wands energy. This is also presenting as well. So it might be this High Priestess is able to present you with some new opportunities with that Two of Wands energy, or maybe they're able to present you with like this change of direction with the Two of Wands. We'll do this reading again. I actually feel I'm going to start off with the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Coins, because I like to kind of read the story into the cards. I actually feel for some of you Librans, and also Three of Swords I think is ruled by Libra, which means head over heart decisions. So some of you guys deeply worried. You've got these head over heart decisions to make with the Three of Swords, because it's ruled by Libra, head over heart. That's your sign, Three of Swords, I'm sure of it. There you are, feeling really, really pressured. I don't think it's necessarily by a person, because I've not got a Hierophant here or a devil, but I certainly feel that you're feeling really pressured. Some of you guys might be single parents, for example, with this Queen of Coins energy as well. You might be solely responsible for the home, that type of thing. Maybe this is a child here. Some of you guys feeling really under pressure because you're working to make ends meet, and you've got children that want lots of things as well. Okay, I feel that also some of you guys are very deeply under pressure here because of the work that you do. You know, some of you guys work in finance. You're managing budgets, for example, which is what the Queen of Coins does. You know, you're the head of a team, which is what, because she's a queen, you know, you're in leadership position. There's a lot of responsibility on you. And I think it puts a lot of pressure on you here. And I feel that some of you guys have been hoping with that star energy that you could find something else with the Seven of Cups. All right. I also feel that you've come to a point where you've been under so much pressure that you're saying, you know what, I'm going to make a head over heart decision here. But and the head over heart decision will be to leave the job. The Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups bringing this cycle to an end. Okay. Because you guys are looking for a change from this, all right? So you're looking for an opportunity in which you can then finally, with this wheel, move from doing a Queen of Coins job into doing a Ten of Cups, maybe working from home, for example, for some of you, or a job that just gives you a lot more kind of emotional satisfaction, one in which you feel more relaxed, for example. Some of you guys with the star, you're so overwhelmed with that Ten of Swords. You've gone for some form of counselling, I think, with the star and the Ten of Cups energy here, because you're just at the end of your tether. And I do feel that some of you guys have been opening your heart to this confidant that you speak to, High Priestess. And I feel that some of you guys are going to receive, you know, be presented maybe with a couple of ideas here in terms of how you can maybe tackle this or deal with it, for example. Because I just feel that some of you guys are dealing with real stress within the workplace and you're needing to speak to someone, a confidant, a High Priestess, Star, and the King of Cups energy that can present you with, you know, a way out probably with the Two of Wands, or a couple of opportunities to possibly, you know, deal with the situation. Let's have a quick look at what the career reading is saying for you, Libra. So you've got your career card here. We're going to get the answer deck. Universe, Spirit in 3 cards. What is the advice you have for Libra on this reading? What is the advice that you have for Libra on this reading? Let's have a look. So the advice is you're going to have clarity with the clarity card. A friend will bring clarity, and I think that this is the friend, because the High Priestess in the work reading, as I've said, she is a counsellor, she's a confidant, she won't tell anybody any of your secrets, she'll keep it all in, okay? Yeah, there's a fair grey-haired woman, she looks like a counsellor, doesn't she? So there's a fair-haired, grey-haired woman here. I'm seeing you getting some really important guidance. She's going to shed a light, she's going to be able to open up a lot of stuff to you. This person is a confidant, you can treat her like a confidant, she won't say anything to anyone, and I think that this person here, this friend, is going to bring clarity to you in your career. Okay, let's have a quick look at what your wealth is saying for the week as well. I always forget to do wealth on readings, but let's have a quick look at what the wealth reading is saying here. Universe, Spirit, what are you saying for money for... what are you saying about money for Libra this week? What have you got down for money, please? So for the money reading, we've got the Master. Feels like you're learning to master something or something like that. So the Master and Strength. Okay, Master, a very strong master, or you're mastering. I think that you're mastering something here. I think you're becoming stronger, better. The Stranger. Interesting, your wealth. Okay, I think that you're mastering something that's very strange to you. I'll put it like that. I think that you're being in your wealth, you're learning something. You're learning how to master something that's very strange to you. So that could be doing your own taxes, for example. Some of you guys might be first-time self-employed. I've been self-employed for a long time. You know, I've been running my own business for a long time. So if you're running your own business, it might be that you're mastering, you're getting really good at something that was very strange to you. That might be something to do with taxes or budgeting for some of you guys, or even just learning how to manage your money if you've not had to do that before. All right, just bear with me a moment, Libra. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at your love reading. Okay, Libra, let's have a look at your love. The King of Wands, so this could be a fire sign, male or female. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Let's have a look. Right, you got 2 kings. Now, I could have read this as you, but I'm not, all right? Libra would usually be a Queen of Swords anyway. So you've got 2 men around you. If you're gay, 2 men. If you're bisexual, 2 men. But then these can also be women with very strong masculine energies as well. But let's just say, whoever's watching this, there's 2 men around you, okay, if it resonates with you. What I'm getting here is that you guys are communicating with, you know, more than one person, multiples. You know, with the kings here, this is meetings for women, all right? With men, you get multiple kings, it's competition. But I'm seeing you guys meeting up, talking, chatting. This is probably online with different people, with different men showing here. You've got a lot of men around you here. Hierophant energy. I think that you're aiming for commitment personally. If you look at the Eight of Wands, he's aiming. Can you see how she's aiming? Aiming for commitment. So I think online, we'll double up this card to talk about communication and also aims, because this is an aiming card as well. I'm seeing you guys talking to a lot of men, dating a lot of men with an aim of commitment, the Hierophant energy showing here, okay? But I feel that with the Judgment energy that there is... I think that there is a little bit of a, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? So there's a little bit of a crux in the road with the Judgment energy showing here, because, you know, this isn't about court or anything like that. We do have Hierophant, which can be a court, and the Judgment can be something like a legal ruling, that type of thing. But I do feel with the Judgment energy that this isn't settled. There are still things that need to be judged, still things that are coming out, still things that need to be kind of communicated. There are big decisions that need to be made with that Judgment energy showing there. We've got this. So, yeah, I mean, you're not at the end of the road yet. You're talking to lots of people, Libra, because what you're aiming for is this commitment. But there's still, with the Judgment energy, it could be as well with Judgment, that there's still maybe for you, even though you're talking to these people, there's still something that doesn't feel quite right with that Judgment energy. And it's all about tapping into that intuition with the Judgment energy, because certain kind of, with the Judgment card, it could be that you've still got those red flags, those warnings that come up. I see you guys kind of gathering in. When you get the Seven of Coins, it depends on how the Seven of Coins looks on a deck. But with the Seven of Coins looking so happy on this deck, he's gathering in. You guys, when you get the Seven of Coins, you're gathering in these people here. So people are naturally drawn to you. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a Seven of Wands somewhere along the line. We'll have a look anyway. But the Moon energy, the Moon energy means secrets or things that are hidden with the Moon energy. I think that though you're gathering in these people here, I feel that your intuition is telling you, I think this is intuition is telling you that you still need to kind of keep an eye out for other people as well. You still need to go out and look for other people too. I think that's what your deep gut feeling, because when you get the Moon, it's like, it's not just your intuition, it's your deep gut feeling with that Moon energy. So your gut feeling says, yeah, I like these guys, and, you know, I know that, you know, I'm gathering them in, and I'm kind of reviewing them. So, because you're gathering these people in, and you're kind of like taking a step back and saying, yeah, they're nice and everything. But that's what you've got Judgment here for as well, because you guys are kind of making this review, making this judgment on these people here, and you're paying attention to maybe all the red flags and the warning signs. Because you're aiming for commitment, so this is no joke for you, Libra. You say, I want commitment, though, you know, so I'm not willing to take a risk on anyone that's not right for me. And that's why, though you're gathering these people in, you're also taking a step back to review whether they're going to be right for you, because there are probably some red flags there, you know, with the Judgment energy. So your intuition tells you on a very strong gut feeling basis, I need to look out. I need to still kind of be going out and talking to other people as well with that Three of Wands energy showing there. Okay. Because you're unwilling to commit. You know, you're unwilling to commit with this Eight of Swords energy. Ace of Coins energy. See, the Ace of Coins is about building a commitment. So this is probably somebody who doesn't want to commit. Okay. It's either that because, well, I'm sure that you don't want to commit, so this must be you. It's because you don't want to commit, and she's got the red dress on there and the red dress there, so that'll be you, I suppose, Libra. It's because you don't want, and also I feel that, you know, all of these ideas, all the swords surrounding you are kind of stopping you from committing, because you've got all of these kind of red flags, and you've got all these ideas that are kind of interfering with you planting a seed, building something with these people. All right, so when you get the Eight of Swords as well, it's ideas. It might be what people say to you, it might be your own ideas, but it's certainly ideas that are kind of interfering with you doing this. Because if those swords weren't there, you might walk over to the Eight of Coins and pick the coin up, but you don't. The hands are behind the back, the hair is across the eyes, the swords are all, and the swords are actually pinning the dress down, so you couldn't walk away even if you tried. But it's your own ideas that are holding you back from doing that. Okay, we're going to do this again for love, Libra. For love, I'm seeing multiple people around you, a couple of kings. We can see that you're gathering them in with that 7 of coins. We can see that you're communicating with them with an aim for a commitment with someone. You're probably communicating with more than these two, but your aim is to have a commitment here. But I feel that there are plenty of red flags that are coming up to you, and I feel that you're paying attention to that with the 7 of coins. It's kind of making you take a step back, Libra, review. Do I really want to kind of commit myself to either? Because I think that they're really interested in you, Libra. I feel that your gut instinct is to carry on looking with that 3 of Wands energy, because I feel that the ideas that you have in this 8 of Swords are actually stopping you from building anything else or anything more with these couple of dudes here. Let's have a quick look at the love advice for the week, Libra. So, Universe Spirit, what is the advice for Libra on this reading? What is the advice that you have for Libra? What is the advice that you have for Libra on this reading? The advice, Libra, is peace. Battle, okay, and fame. All right, so in love, I think that you're going to have peace after a battle for fame. I think that for some of you guys, the peace card is that some of you guys are probably going to end up taking a bit of time out after your battle, because it might be that people have been fighting, because I'm getting the battle is a fight for your affections, okay, but I think, or maybe your battle is to find, what you want, the fame card, to find, but I don't have fame translates in this. I would have been battle to find love or something like that. It's I think it's just a battle to find the right thing for you, maybe something like that. But I think that this card here with the peace card might be saying that some of you guys, it's probably wise just to take a bit of time out, just to take a break on that. All right, Libra, that is your reading. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. Great to talk to you again. If you'd like to order a personal reading, just click on the link in the comments section, or you can go to the end screen. Also, the 2020 year ahead readings are still out. Thank you to everyone who has purchased one. Amazing. If you would like to purchase one, guys, just go to my website, and I think it's on the home page or purchase a reading page. Sorry, I've got an editor, and I work in partnership with a business partner who does all of that type of thing now. So yeah, if you want to purchase a reading, go ahead and purchase one, completely down to you. But yeah, it's always a pleasure to read for you guys. Love you, Libra. Take care, my darlings. Bye bye.